This is NerdTalk.
Okay, roll for initiative.
Yeah. 18.
I got a 1. I critically failed.
Hi, I'm Mike. Welcome to Nerd Talk, and
I'm Kurt, and hi, this is our guest, Eric Stevenson.
Hey, hi. I'm Eric.
He's Eric's a friend of mine. He's also
I'm an excitable little guy.
you're from the band Pocket Vinyl. Also, you're
Yeah.
one half of the band Pocket Vinyl as well. But we're not going to do Dance Monkey Dance tonight. You're just here to panel with us, so feel
Yeah.
free to jump in anywhere.
Great.
So
I am happy to be here.
awesome. We're glad to
not
have
the
you.
least bit sarcastic.
No, I'm happy. This is great.
I believe you. No, I'm just
Everyone thinks I'm always sarcastic. When someone it's legitimate joy.
no. I wish I could sound sincere. It's a speech impediment.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
No.
Now I'm starting to feel a little bit like I should be sarcastic.
No, It's a skit from Kids in the Hall. They're from mine.
Oh, I am unfamiliar with most of the work of Kids in the Hall.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
Nerd-
Sorry, I don't mean to get on your bad side.
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay. Jerk. No. Just kidding.
wow.
Sorry, now I feel horrible. I'm gonna go crawl underneath the chair here. Okay.
So Eric.
I'm doing great. I still have a bunch of joy in my heart.
All right. So we want to do. I got an email before we do nerd news.
Oh, okay.
The email is, "Hey guys, I'm in Tahiti. Suck it." Signed, George.
Okay.
He's not. Here
I guess George is not here tonight.
George Bush, who was here last time, our little puppet friend, who will hopefully return. So other nerd news. What do you got?
Well, let's see. Intel is selling the majority of stake in Intel Security. New company's going to be called McAfee.
No.
Yeah, apparently, according to Fortune, yes, that's true.
Huh.
And also, the FAA is considering banning the new Note 7 because of exploding batteries.
Now, when
You
you
should
say FFA,
FAA,
okay, good.
not the Future Farmers.
I was going to say, I was like, now I know that is the Future Farmers of America, but I was pretty sure that you weren't talking about the Future Farmers of America.
No.
So I just misheard you. My bad. Continue.
There is there is also a group that is in the self-flagellation that's FFA. I forgot the first FA.
The Future Farmers of America might also be banning the Galaxy Note 7 as well.
It's
because
a
if
possible.
it explodes, it could really traumatize some cows or chickens.
That's,
Or just hurt them as humans. They
Yeah,
got
that's
to
true.
use them farming hands, man.
Yeah.
that's all done by
For,
robots.
that's for farming.
For farming.
Yeah.
farming
If
hands.
you're holding it and it explodes, that just ruins your farming hands.
Well,
It's like you
yeah.
have a sword or
Well, I
something
mean,
like that.
well, the other thing is too, everything's remote control now. So then you lose control over your equipment when you don't have your proper app, when you don't have your John Deere app.
Next thing you know, there goes the tiller right through the barn.
How far up do you know how the technology with? I mean, I'm not.
They have
With
they
with
literally
farm
they
equipment.
literally have tractors, combines, plows, and things like that they can literally they sit in the cockpit in case something goes wrong.
Really?
Yes.
But it's wait.
It's
No,
based on
really?
GPS.
And they just can set it or something after they map out their farm and it goes there, but they have to still sit.
They set it and forget it.
It's a self-driving vehicle.
It's
Yes.
like a giant Roomba.
Yeah, you don't have to. Well, you have to think about it because you're not really dealing with other
Are you
traffic.
sure you didn't say FFA? Because I feel like you know a lot about the Future Farmers of America.
I just know a lot about
robotics.
robotics and self-driving cars.
Okay, all right. Learn something every day.
I am
have
I am
no
I
idea.
am personally looking forward to self-driving cars. I hate driving.
Are you worried at all about crashing or anything like that, or I mean, any of the.
Oh, every day I drive, I'm worried about crashing. That's the reason I want a self-driving car.
So this is something we actually asked a previous guest: is if you were in a self-driving car, okay, and it's going to crash and kill you into a tree, or the other choice is it could plow through 20 school kids. Do you want your car to save you, or do you want your car to like take people out? See, it's kind of.
I dismiss the question
Yeah.
because I feel like it's inherently. That's like saying. I can't think of a good metaphor, but it seems like it wouldn't have to do one or the other. Like it's. Wait. Okay, hold on.
It depends on the situation. There are situations where you will probably be reducing crashes, especially fatal crashes, probably but they estimate between 95 and 98%.
Yeah.
So most likely, all these doomsday scenarios of the car having to kill the driver to avoid killing a large number of people, I really don't think is going to be as much of a problem. I think it's.
Well, I'm guessing why isn't it just like stopping?
It doesn't have time. It's got computer sensors. So
it's going and a point the vertical horizon comes, or a point. Is that the right word? I don't know. Where a point comes where it's either going to hit a bunch of school children or turn you into a tree. But
it's going to veer off the road one way or another. Let's say that there's like a Jersey barrier.
Okay.
Yeah, the Jersey barrier, and the option is to like say there's like a truck in front of you with a bunch of kids in the back, and it hits a bump and a bunch of the kids fall out. There's no time to stop. What are you going to do? What's the car going to do? Is it going to veer off the road and kill you as a potential, or is it going to just keep plowing over the kids and just keep going?
I think from a design standpoint, it would probably just stop where it's at.
And are those kids members of FFA?
But
true. No, we haven't considered this as well.
But you don't have enough time to stop.
I'd like to go back to the premise of the scenario. Are they future farmers of America who are in the back of this automated pickup?
They very well could be.
Okay.
My son's in FFA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's part of his school.
Okay.
Yeah.
You whispered that to me as if I was like making racist jokes, and you're like, my son is like.
I want to make you
I wasn't making fun of farmers. I just thought we were talking about the FFA.
I know.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Why don't we move on? Because apparently I said something wrong.
No. I'm just messing with you.
And I've got
I just want to know that the band Pocket Vinyl, which I'm in, is all for the FFA and all the dealings of the FFA that I'm aware of.
I have a great way to like bring this to a full circle, because we can also talk about physics, physicists, and farmers. So there's this farmer, and he has a cow that's not giving any milk. So one day it's like a week, and the vets looked at it, and they can't figure out what's going on. So one day he's sitting there, and a biologist breaks down up the road, and he comes out of the house. And he's like, "Can I borrow the car?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Or can I borrow your phone? My car broke down." He's like, "Yeah. But let me ask you, what do you do?" And he's like, "I'm a biologist." He's like, "Can you look at my cow? I can't figure out why it's not giving milk." Thought I had to sneeze. And so
I thought you were waiting for the applause break.
Yes. Yay. So anyway, the guy looks at it, he can't figure out what's wrong with the cow. He's out there for like, half an hour. Anyway, a physicist comes by later, and he comes out, and he comes back 10 minutes later after looking at the cow, and he's like, "I figured out what's wrong with your cow." And he goes, "What's wrong with my cow?" He's like, "Picture a spherical cow." Because that's how all the models work. Never mind. Jeez.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay.
That's,
it took a second.
Ray, if I was in the FFA, I probably would get that a lot sooner. I'm sorry. Ray would have gotten it great. He would have gotten it right away.
We could call him up and ask him.
Do you want to call Ray? Ray, if you're watching, call in. There'll be a number at the bottom
Put the
of the
number
screen.
on.
Yeah.
Is there a number? Are we going to call in?
No.
Is he watching?
No, he's not.
Your son doesn't watch your work?
No. Why would he? There's important other things to do.
Okay.
like read about video games.
Right on.
I am going to bring him in sometime, and we're going to
We should
play video games against him, because
yeah,
he'll kick our butts.
Nice.
I think we should do it. I think we should give ourselves an advantage by playing old 8-bit games, but he'd probably still kick our butts.
He excels at the old 8-bit games.
Oh man. Are there any good games coming out soon? Have you seen the 1930s game, the 1930s animation game, Cuphead?
I saw a little bit, like a part of a trailer. Someone showed me that. Did you hear about this?
No.
It's like a 2D side scroller with it's all like Steamboat Mickey style.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, like 1930s cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
No.
it's an entire, like, from what I saw, it was just like a platformer that's all animated in a way of like everything's just like, like just,
Wow.
you know, with like the faces and like going up and down, and then when things explode, it's just, it looks pretty like spot on in terms of the animation.
Yeah, the animation's absolutely incredible.
That's the extent of what I know
It's
about the
called-
game.
It's called Cuphead.
What's the like
Oh,
premise?
the
or
premise
anything
is
of
that Cuphead and Mughead lose gambling with the devil. So the devil makes them go out and do his bidding. So it's like one boss after another.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Oh,
you have to
okay.
go after all these bosses that are like these nemesis of the devil, and so you have to go and fight them.
So you fight the forces of good?
No, you're still fighting the forces of evil. It's just that they're trying to dethrone the devil.
Okay, so they're enemies of the devil, but they're also evil.
Yes.
They're competitive. It's a capitalist evil system, basically, where
Yes.
it's all competitive evil. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, because I don't know how I would feel if it was like they had to fight God or something like the devil's like, oh, I'll let you off the
That would
hook
be
if
a
you go.
really, really short game.
Like, go on the gates of heaven, see what you can do. I just played Diablo 3 recently too, and that was all like heaven, hell, demons and stuff.
Oh.
And so I got that on the mind.
I've been playing. I've been going back and playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and that's pretty heinous. You pretty much play like just.
The worst person ever.
No, you're
No?
not playing Trump.
Okay. All right.
I don't know, did Trump drive down the highway, roll out of a car, and let the car just go right into a crowd of people?
Yes.
They should make a Grand Theft Auto with self-driving cars so we can test this premise and see what would happen if you were driving in the automated car and you jumped out Grand Theft Auto style and the car go.
I have a strong feeling that the physics in Grand Theft Auto are not 100% accurate. After I saw somebody land a 747 on an aircraft carrier in Grand Theft Auto 5, I came to the conclusion that they're probably not the most accurate physics available.
True. We should get. Can we
Like
get
Need
one
for
of the
Speed.
writers backstage in on that? Get us a note, just
Yeah.
if someone could check that up quick.
Yeah.
You got that? All right, we'll be on that too.
All right. So, and of course, the big nerd news today is that Apple released the iPhone 7, didn't they?
Well, they didn't. It's not out yet.
Well, they
I
announced
watched
it.
the thing. So the iPhone 7 is coming out. Pre-order September 9th, ships September 16th. The base model is 32 gigabytes, and there's a 128 and a 256. There's a 12 megapixel camera. What else does it have? It's water and dust resistant, optical stabilizer. The sensor on the camera is 60% faster, 30% more energy efficient.
30%, you said?
30% more energy
energy
efficient.
efficient?
Yeah, 60% faster.
Pretty good.
The 7 Plus has 2 megapixel cameras on the back. One is a telephoto, and the other one is a wide angle. And then the selfie camera has been updated to the forward-facing. Is a 7 megapixel stereo speakers. They changed as rumored, they changed the headphone port into the Lightning port.
I don't know what does that mean.
It's the
There's
stupid
no
little port.
there's no headphone jack.
There's no headphone jack anymore. It's
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
use wireless headphones.
I have yet to even get my first smartphone, so
Good for you.
I'm a little behind on the.
longer battery life. Yeah, and there's the Apple iPods, which they mentioned, which are wireless. It's like their normal earpod things that come with everything, but they're
no-
wireless. There's no wire on them.
Are there like batteries then?
Yeah, they recharge. There's 5 hours charging time. I'm holding it like this. Da, 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 da. There's 5 hours charge, 5 hours listening time on them, and then the case that you carry around with them recharges them as well, so you can get up to 24 hours away from a battery because you can charge them out of that and put them back in. You can double tap them to like do things, or you can act to like change a song or talk to Siri. And they also have like a microphone that will, if you set it right, it will reduce the sound that you're listening to when you're speaking, so that it'll duck the sound out when you're speaking, which would be really suck if you're like trying to sing along to something, like you're trying to sing along to like Hamilton or some shit.
But wait,
Stuff.
And then
We almost got through an episode without cursing.
So when you're speaking, it goes down, and then when you're not speaking, it goes back up.
Back up. Yeah.
So all conversations will be pretty one side. I don't understand. Wouldn't it be better if it went up when you were speaking and down when you weren't, if you were having a conversation with someone?
Oh no, if you're listening
saying?
to music. If you're listening to music.
Right, but this is what I'm saying. If you're speaking, that usually means you're talking
Making
to
extra
another
noise.
human.
Yeah.
And then if you're like, hey, Kurt, hi, how are you? And then I stop talking and it goes back up and you're like, I'm fine. And I
That's
just
right.
see you moving your
I'm
mouth.
certain.
I'm not
I'm
wearing
certain
them
they got
now.
it worked out. Yeah, I know.
But that, I mean, I don't, yeah.
And yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't.
They may hear people talking, which could be problematic if people aren't talking to you and you're just trying to drown them out on the subway or something like that.
Well, it's just I guess I don't understand what that function. Why? Did they give any reason as to why that function needs? Because even if I can't hear myself, I know what I'm saying.
It may be like that. There's like a few second delay, so that when you say, "Hey, how's it going?" They're like, "Oh, I'm doing all right," and oh, blah blah blah, assuming that you're having a conversation back and forth.
I think it just knows when you're actually speaking, and maybe it listens for like "Hey Siri" kind of things.
Oh.
Maybe, but it may listen to commands like that. But I think it does something like that, where you can set it to do ducking, where so you can hear things. And it's like an IR sensor, so it knows when it's in your ears. So it just doesn't waste its battery sitting like somewhere if you forget to turn it off. And stuff like
That's
that.
cool.
That's a neat little thing, but it seems like that's a bunch of extra technology. And it looks like a thing, and it's got a little pointy thing on it. I didn't find a picture of it.
It looks like a thing with a pointy thing.
It looks like an ear thing,
but not with like.
But with a pointy thing that points towards you.
Uh-huh.
So it's like having. They should have made it look like Uhura's thing. Is what they should have done.
Oh yeah.
They could add two of them.
Oh, you mean like
look
a jawbone kind of thing?
Like
Lieutenant
Uhura.
Yes, like the Bluetooth. They have a Bluetooth.
That looks like it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Need one of them.
I don't. Do you guys feel like the going away from wires is? I don't know.
No.
I don't know. To me, that seems.
Well, my biggest problem
don't
with Bluetooth is that it compresses the sound.
Oh, okay.
So you lose your dynamic range, which, I mean, if you're playing MP3s, isn't that big of a deal because they kill it anyway. But if you have anything that's playing that has any dynamic range, you lose that from playing through Bluetooth. And also, Bluetooth is not exactly the most accurate. I've had it where it's like even right next to it just starts cutting out.
I don't like wireless, especially for like keyboards and mice. I think it's pointless for wireless keyboard and mouse. I mean, you're right there. And the headphones thing, I like to have control over that when I'm plugged in. And two little things like that, I'm going to lose those.
Well,
yeah, I will say one thing about the wireless mouse that I have is that I have a very small desk, and my mouse pad next to my laptop is very and there's a USB right on the same side of it. And if it was with a wire one, it sticks out like an inch, which is on the space. And so having a wireless one, but that's a space thing. But see, I agree. I never even it feels weird to me. I've had so many times playing video games with a friend or something. I don't have a newer system or anything, but playing an Xbox or something where it has the wireless and a controller just dies or something in the middle of things. And I understand I mean, how many times has people walked by and accidentally cut and then that ruins everything, or pulls out a cord or something like that. And I understand the wireless thing, but it's I don't know. I feel like they should make, remember those calculators that would work. Oh, and they had the solar and the
so you do
I
either
remember
way.
those when I was a little kid. They would still have those, and it seems to me like maybe developing some sort of solar power thing.
Solar-powered mouse.
Well,
Or a solar-powered game controller or something like that. And I guess maybe people want to play in the dark, but still, it's like something that... It just seems like batteries for me, that's what ruins Wi-Fi
most
or
of that
wireless
stuff's
stuff.
rechargeable. Most like wireless keyboards and mice now are rechargeable.
Well, even if they're rechargeable, though, it's still like... it's still, you have to then charge it, it's more, I guess to me, I do kind of miss, not necessarily miss, but I don't know, if I'm gonna be on a long trip or do something a long time where I have headphones, having only 5 hours doesn't seem like, that seems like a big, even with a rechargeable, that seems like a big, just constantly having to recharge and put things in, and
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you where wireless keyboard and mice are really good is my day job is I work for a school system, and we put in we put in these Chrome boxes, and one of them we're doing a pilot, and so we hooked it up to a TV, flat screen, touch screen. So we use
That I can see.
So they take the keyboard and it's got a little touchpad built into it, and so they can just set that, and they can sit in the middle of the class, and they can do stuff. So they can sit there in the middle of the class with the kids.
That makes sense, but when your monitor's right there.
Yeah.
But too, that's also a situation where a class can't be more than an hour or something, right?
Yeah. Well, those batteries, the batteries in a keyboard and a mouse, they last for months and months and months and months.
Well, right, true, yeah. If you have but even even more short-term stuff like charging, I feel like in a classroom setting, that can easily be like unplugged and charged back in. But just in personal life, if you're moving around or using something, you go for a long time, at least I do sometimes, without charging something, and then it's like, oh crap, and it just dies on you, and you're not in a place where you can easily recharge it again or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's, in terms of easier when it's being used correctly and when it's fully charged and stuff, totally wireless makes a whole bunch of sense to me. But at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, there's certain things like headphones that I'll probably always have a cord to whatever I'm playing it out of.
Yeah. I dig the cord for.
But then again,
headphones.
someone could probably make the same argument about phones 20 years ago. Of when those are, you know what I mean? Of
20 years ago, 30 years ago, I had a cordless phone in my house. My parents had one, and I remember I actually spent 6 or 7 hours talking to this girl, like you do when you're in high school.
Do tell. Welcome to Girl Talk.
My best friend in high school. We used to sit on the phone all the time, and I used to just had this cordless phone. Of course, it had a giant chrome antenna. It was this long, on it. So it was walking around the house with it though. But yeah, it was 6 hours we spent on the phone, just hanging out talking.
Yeah, without
the battery dying.
I used to try to take those old cordless phones and see how far I could actually go with them. I could get a couple 100 feet away from the house.
Yeah, I remember doing that when I was a kid too.
Yeah.
Just trying to can you hear me now? Pretty much.
And then they got horrible.
Yeah, the 2.4 gigahertz ones were pretty good, and then Wi-Fi came about, and all the Wi-Fi signals started interrupting them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure even 20 years from now, 30 years from now, or whatever, the stuff, this iPhone 7, this is all going to be ancient, and then there's going to be a whole other guys in the same room just being like,
pulled out my
I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah, pulled out my Motorola Razr the other day, and I was like, this was such a cool phone.
It was.
It was such a cool phone. I almost wish I could go back to it.
I remember I had a friend who had a long phone. It was this skinny and that long, and it would flip up like this. So you had it, and it would just kind of turn up. And it was this tiny little thing. Mm-hmm. It looked like the size of a cinnamon stick. And it'd just be hello. And
that was the thing. For a long time, it was phones kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then the smartphone came in, and now the screen's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Did you see... Hardly anyone saw this movie, but Zoolander 2?
I didn't see 2.
No.
Okay, well, the first Zoolander, they have the little phones. There's the joke with the little phones.
Yeah, because he did that on Saturday Night Live. Yeah,
and in Zoolander 2, he pulls that out, and people are like, what? And they have these huge phones, and they kind of make fun of him. And it's so funny that when the first Zoolander came out, that was making fun of hip people. Of oh, they're so hip because they have
these tiny
little phones. And now it was already he was kind of the premise of that movie. He was an old guy. Let's talk about Zoolander 2 for the rest of the time, huh?
Well, that's actually somebody's coming out with a Bluetooth headset, or a Bluetooth handle. It's one of the old Motorola brick phones.
Oh, really?
So you can
It's
use.
very convenient if you're time traveling to the 80s.
Yes.
And you want to like blend in
Yes.
I do kind of like those.
because your smartphone's going to work so well there.
Oh yeah, that's true. I do kind of like those like old rotary phone handles that you can plug into your.
Oh yeah, I used to have
those
one
are
of those.
fun.
I kept it in my coat pocket, so I'd pull it out of my I just reach into my jacket. Hello, and I walk down the street.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
people-
that's always kind of fun.
yeah. So yeah. So that's that.
Oh, that's our email address.
That is our email
Tell
address.
us whether you want the kids to die or you want to die in the car when it crashes. nerdtalk@drosh.net. Email us. You guys are like slacking off. I haven't got an email. I
Yeah.
did get recognized. I want to say hello to everyone at the Memory Care Center who recognized me from Nerd Talk. It was really wonderful to like meet you all.
Fantastic.
No.
I look
Yeah.
forward to being recognized for my Nerd Talk appearance.
You know, it's called the Nerd Talk Bump.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
great. If any of you want music,
I think you
Yeah,
should. I think you should work on a disco track called the Nerd Talk Bump.
Nerd Talk Bump.
Yes, it's a new dance craze.
Is it a dance craze or a physical feature? 'Cause maybe it could be both.
Please consult your doctor.
Side effects might include Nerd Talk Bump.
So are you guys gonna get the 7 or? It's the 7, right? The iPhone.
Is it 7? I'm probably not going to get the
No,
7.
I'm gonna get into the next Nexus because they're not upgrading my phone. What I'll probably do is see if Ubuntu runs on my phone. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to see if Ubuntu runs on my current phone, and if it doesn't, I'll just get a new Nexus with the new because they're not putting the new operating system on there because they want to force me to buy a new phone.
Oh, are we ending? Okay.
I guess we're done.
So September 27th.
That flew by.
September 27th, I am performing at the Hamden Best Video, opening for Daniel Eats Sandwich at 7:45. I start performing, and she's on at 8.
And then
That'll be a good
September
show.
24th, my show that's on here, we're going to be doing a live taping for the broadcast the following Wednesday of It's News to You. And we're going to be doing that at Lyric Hall, and that show starts at 7.
And check out
6.
Eric's website for his performances and
yeah.
videos and everything.
If you can remember Pocket Vinyl, that's the band. That's me and my wife. Who?
Oh. That just means we got like 2 minutes.
Okay. Well,
So
yeah,
we're not
Pocket
actually-
Vinyl. If you just Google that, you'll find everything
off?
there. There's nothing else called Pocket Vinyl on the internet. It's me and my wife. I play piano and scream, and she paints a 2x2 foot painting on stage at every single show. We are leaving Friday for a national tour for 6 weeks.
Sweet.
So-
Fantastic.
Wherever you're watching from.
I just had this
We'll be
picture of
there.
you on. That's awesome. And I just had this picture of you just going, doo doom.
Okay, we gotta
Mostly,
like,
that's
really
pretty much
really
it.
wrap it up.
Yeah.
now.
Okay. So we're wrapping it up.
You guys,
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Yeah,
Thanks for
awesome.
coming.
Fantastic guest.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you, crew. Thank you, all
Yes,
of our crew.
thank you,
And
everybody.
without you guys, we can't do it. And
And welcome
we'll-
new intern.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
This is Nerd Talk.